I know what you're thinking. Great, another foreign film. I promise good movies come from places other than the United States. And in this series, we want to discuss world cinema just as much as we do films made here in the US. This month, we're discussing another of my favorite films of all time, Andrei Tarkovsky's Stalker. Next month, we'll do something in English, I promise. Last time I said that 8.5 was a fun film and that it wouldn't be a chore to sit through. At 2 hours and 41 minutes, Stalker will be a little more challenging. Stalker is the definition of a slow burn. This film might feel somewhat exhausting for some to get through, but I promise the journey is worth the nearly 3-hour runtime. Stalker is massive in length, but fairly intimate in scale. Shots linger for nearly a minute on average, sometimes up to several minutes. If you tried to classify it by genre, most would probably call it science fiction, but that might be misleading. It also has a sort of fairy tale, otherworldly element to it. It's one of a kind in that sense. Stalker tells the story of a character who shares his title with the film. In this world, a stalker is someone who smuggles people into what is referred to as the Zone. The Zone is a mysterious area surrounded by military which holds strange properties. It seems the rules of physics don't apply here. It's something of a metaphysical landscape. If you haven't noticed yet, this film shares a lot of plot similarities with the 2018 Alex Garland film Annihilation. The Stalker explains that the Zone is a complex maze of traps. Only people who are truly hopeless and broken can make it through. The end goal of their journey is to reach something they call the room, in which your deepest desire will come true.
Здесь исполнится ваше самое заветное желание.
The twist is sometimes it's not what you'd expect. A lot of people have difficulty with Tarkovsky because they struggle with the question, what does it mean? Andrei Tarkovsky reportedly said, "Those who are looking for meaning while viewing will miss everything. My ideal viewer watches a movie like a traveler observes the country he is visiting." I suggest taking this advice. Just follow the journey instead of fixating too much about questions you have about the Zone, the room, or what certain elements of the film are supposed to mean. It's a very poetic film. It's designed to make you think and to make you feel a certain way. It's not meant to be entirely understood, but rather felt. Stalker to me feels like the way I dream. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I'll watch 20 minutes of the period while they're in the Zone. Some people find the film unsettling or tell me they find it to be a strange choice of pre-sleep content. I find the film peaceful. At one point, not long after they arrive, the characters comment on just how quiet the Zone is, being isolated from everything. I'm absorbed into the calm, quiet, isolating nature of the Zone. Just like the Stalker in the film, I have a desire to go back to the Zone again and again. This movie also changed the way I think about audio in films. There's rarely music, but when there is, it's good. The audio is handled just as uniquely and artistically as the cinematography is. Tarkovsky films are some of the quietest you'll ever see. He often isolates one or two sounds and enhances them, like water dropping or the crackling of a fire in the distance. This is part of why I think I feel so absorbed into the film. It's like when someone whispers a secret to you and you lean in to hear. Tarkovsky films are not the easiest to get into. They're long, slow-moving, in Russian, and some are even in black and white. None of these are selling points for mainstream American audiences, but for film lovers and cinephiles, getting into Tarkovsky's filmography is a strange and rewarding experience. The day after watching Stalker for the first time, I sat down and did it again. After watching Stalker twice, I watched all of Tarkovsky's 7 films in about a week's time. I became totally obsessed. I felt like he was making films in a way I had never seen before, and I felt like as a filmmaker, I could really do anything I wanted to do, that I didn't have to follow anyone's rules for filmmaking. I think being different is an underrated aspect of filmmaking. I think cinephiles and movie buffs should seek out different, unique, and even strange films. Many of them will open your eyes and expand your understanding of what filmmaking is. To me, that's what makes Stalker an essential art house film.